Hello everyone, it's Winona from Dairy Barn Art and welcome back. Welcome if you're new. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and comment. So today's gratitude is, let's see here, is by Emily Dickinson. And she says, "To live is so startling, it leaves but little room for other occupations. What worries get crowded out when I awaken to the wonder of life?" Yeah. We spend a lot of our lives worrying, don't we? Anyway, this is just a taste of what we're working on this week. The theme is Halloween. I'm doing some projects for my granddaughters. So we made some placemats. We did a t-shirt and a onesie. We did a couple of small little treat bags. Let's see, what else did we do? We put vinyl on some cauldrons for them. I made a big treat bag for them. I did some little mittens, did vinyl on some little mittens. I did some pencil toppers for Nova's class and a teacher gift. And these placemats. And a couple of pillowcases, I believe. So it was a very, very busy week. Come join along and come see what we worked on together. For this project, we're going to use a little onesie that I bought at the dollar store a few years back, and a t-shirt that I bought at Michael's for my grandkids. And I'm using vinyl from Tech Wrap, and I chose this from the Halloween that we used, I bought the other day, and this is the glitter, the black glitter. I'm using this holographic sparkle from Cricut. And then I've got these two, I'm not sure what they're called because they were in the sample pack. So I'm not quite sure what they are. But those are the iron-on vinyl that I'm going to use. And I think for the first one, I'll do the onesie first. And I think I'm going to use this little heat press that I got from HTV Ront. And I've looked up the heat settings for the holographic sparkle, and that one seems to be the hottest and the longest. So I'm going to set this to the second setting, and when it's green it'll be ready. But we've got a little work to do before it turns green anyway. So I've weeded this, and after I was thinking, oh, I should have put white in. I should have added white vinyl there, but that's okay. I don't think she's gonna care. So we need to weed this part, and this we will have to heat first. I need to get a light over here. I can't see very good with now that I've moved everything. Okay, maybe I pull it like this way. Oh, I bet you I do. See, it shows how much I know. I'm learning. Like I said, I'm just learning this. I'm more comfortable sewing, obviously, because I've sewn all my life. But that doesn't seem to be working. I'm going to grab my toolbox here and see what else I can find. Oh, it lifted a bit. There we go. I cut these yesterday. I was having so much trouble with it. Partly, I think I should have just taken it easy. I had a intense massage yesterday. And, ooh, oh yeah, that's right. Here I was thinking it's missing some letters, but it's not. And I think that beep might have been our machine telling us it's ready. So let's look here. There we go. So what this is going to be like, it's going to be spooky, like that. We'll see what it looks like on the onesie. But hopefully this didn't stick. It's very sticky. I really like the product I got from Tech Wrap and HTV Rond. I have a pressing mat here. It's pretty big for this desk, but I use it for my sewing and quilting. I have it beside my sewing machine so that I don't have to get up as often, which is a bad thing, but with my feet, it's the way my life is. So I'm going to set these here, and then we'll do this onesie now. I need to press it first, and we can see this is lit up here. And this is an experiment because this isn't a Cricut product. So it may not work the way I want it to work, but you know, this was $1 at the dollar store and I have more of them. And I don't think I'm going to have any more grandchildren, so. Okay, it said to press for 5 minutes, and I'm going to lint roll, if I can find where I put that lint roller, because I know I washed them and I know there's lint on them. Okay. So I'm going to place the spooky first because I know, well, let's do it this way. I know this product needs to sit longer. I need to stand to do this. So that's how it goes. And I think I want it about there. Well, I guess I'll measure and see. So this is 2.5. This is 2.5. Oh, spot on. But now I have to figure out how to get this spooky here where I want it. So we'll lift this up a bit. And then we'll place this. I think that's going to work. So now it said, I wrote it down here, and it said medium heat for 25 seconds with firm pressure, and then flip and press for 15 seconds. So I'm going to do, Siri, set a timer for 25 seconds.
25 seconds, starting now.
So it says firm pressure. I don't even really have to move this here because I think it covers the whole thing. Okay, done. So now I'm going to flip it and do for 15 seconds. Siri, set a timer for 15 seconds.
15 seconds, counting down.
Okay, there it goes. Done. So we'll turn it over, and it says to have a cool release. I don't know if I can wait to see. I've only done this when my granddaughter was born, and I was in bad shape then from my chemotherapy. I think that might be good. Let's see here. Oh, that looks awesome. It's all sparkly there. So then, let's place this ghost on here. Again, I need to stand to do this. And this one says glitter is 320 for 12 seconds, and cool peel. So we'll try that. Siri, set a timer for 12 seconds.
12 seconds. Starting now.
And that's going to help also to adhere that sparkle vinyl that we put on. Oh, we're done. I think I'm going to flip it anyway and press from the back for a couple of seconds. Oopsie. And I'm going to unplug that because I'm going to use my other heat press for the next t-shirt. We'll just let that cool. I'm going to sit. I'm doing something to the other part of my craft room, and I'm thinking this is really going to have to be a higher, like a countertop height. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. So Olivia she's only not even 6 months old yet. And I'm just going to put this over, and we're just going to quickly iron over that, just so that my iron's turned off, but just because when you pull, sometimes it lifts it a bit, and this just sets it back. The second release won't be as hard on the vinyl. This little iron is cool. And there we go. Isn't that sweet? My little spooky Olivia. That is so sweet now. No, it looks good. No, I think it's lifting a bit right here. The rest feels good. Yeah, I think I'll press this with the other heat press for a few seconds once I get it going. So, oh man, this thing is heavy. Let's put this t-shirt off to the side. This is my other heat press. And I've had this for a few years. I don't use it very often, and I need a 3-prong plug to put it into. So that's going to be interesting. I think I have a plug-in over here. So I'm going to turn it on. And Nova's has glitter and pearlescent color reflective. So we'll do the hottest first, and it's 320 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 seconds. So we'll turn this on, and we'll set that to 320. Oopsie. And then we'll set our timer for 12 seconds. And then there we go. So this will light up. This looks green in the camera, but it's actually red. It looks yellow in the camera, actually. And I'm going to just move some stuff here to get it out of my way. Bring over Nova's vinyl. Man, I'm so organized when I sew, and I'm just flabbergasted. I don't even know the word with this. So we need to weed this. We'll put this one to the side for now. So I weeded this because the setting that it said to cut on, I used a different setting, and I wasn't sure if it cut good. So I tried weeding it, and I ended up cutting twice. If you need the setting, let me know and I'll put it in the description. I don't know it offhand, but it's on my design space. T-shirt's white. I figured the t-shirt could show through and it could be white. So trying to think of a name or what I should put on the side of here, because you know, now that I'm vinyling, I have to vinyl everything. If you have a suggestion, let me know. Like, I thought weed and feed, because I'm weeding and I'm putting my weeding in there, but weed and feed is actually a fertilizer and weed suppressant. But I am weeding and feeding that jar, so it is kind of cool. I'm just putting these all over there. I can close my canvas down now. I think I'm okay. Okay, we'll bring her t-shirt up again. This thing, I'm not impressed with it. It just wants to wrinkle. And it's got lots of lint. It picked up lots of lint in the dryer. I did press it, but it's doesn't look like it. But I am going to press it a bit here. Sorry, I didn't realize we were out of camera there. Okay, so I am just going to give this a press in a couple of places here. And I rolled the lint off because if there's lint underneath, the vinyl's going to sit in kind of that pocket, and like a pocket of air almost. Okay, so the first thing that goes down is the ghost, but we need to put the others. Oh, I missed the P on this one. And if I could see that, yeah. There we go. Where's my weeder? Okay, so we're done. I love this, whatever kind of vinyl that is. It just sinks right into the fibers. But I think they're all down good. I had to iron them quite a few times, and I have to be honest, I think those settings aren't right because I had to do it about 3 times on this one. But yes, I think the kids are gonna like them. They're both spooky. Spooky. I've had these placemats for quite a while, and actually I'm talking like maybe a decade, and I bought them to do some applique on some fall applique, and I decided this year I'm going to do some for my grandkids for their table. They have a lot of cousins, so their house is always busy. So this is my wild and wacky one. I drew this out, and I don't know what I did when I cut the hat. But anyway, it's done. And there's 2 of each design. And one is done on the green and one is done on the gold. So that's the first one there. And then there's a little owl. Oh, I need to snip some threads there yet. And there's the gold one of this pumpkin. See the difference in the hat? His hat is a little bit thicker, I mean. And here's the spooky one. This is a design from my software, my quilting software that I downloaded, and I enlarged it and changed it up a bit. So we've got spooky, and we've got growl, and this is another one from that software that I had to re-edit. And then spooky, and then growl again. So I've got one more to do yet, and I thought I'd bring you along and do some embroidery on my sewing machine. I have a Pfaff. I don't know what. I think it's a 720 or something like that. I bought it a few years ago. I had to buy a new machine because I can't work with my feet at the foot control, so I needed one with a start-stop button. And I had a Pfaff before, and I loved it, and so I bought another Pfaff. I'm not so in love with this Pfaff. It's very cheaply made. But anyway, you can design your own stitches. My old Pfaff had a beautiful quilting blanket stitch on it, and it went forward, back, forward, left, right, forward, back, forward, left, right. So this machine didn't have that stitch on it, and I really like the fullness that it gives to your blanket stitch. So I designed that stitch, but while I was designing it, somehow I have an extra dot in there, and so it kind of goes forward, back, forward, and then like this, and then it goes like this, and then it does an extra stitch there. But I can't be bothered to edit it again and figure it out. So I'll bring you along, and I'll kind of explain how to listen to your stitch and know your stitch to know when to turn and everything. But let's get started and see what happens. Okay, I hope this works out. I can't seem to screen mirror to my iPad, but I'm going to work on this last placemat. I hope my voice isn't too loud. I'm right beside the phone too. My head is. But I've wound my bobbins for the green ones with this thread so that it doesn't show so much on the back side when I'm doing the blanket stitch. It's still going to be noticeable. You can't avoid that. But this just makes it a little less noticeable. Another thing I have to do is I have to go into my setting here, and I have to take it down to the slowest speed, because while I'm sewing with my stop and start button, I don't have the same control that you have when you're sewing with your feet, using your feet as your controllers. And now I have to select the stitch. And here's the one I made up. It's not a perfect stitch, but it works. So then what I do is I look at my design and I see what is under. And I also look for points that concern me that I'd like to stitch right away. So these stars I'd like to get done right away because they will tend to peel back if you don't, and the corners get mulched. I'd like to get this done as soon as possible too. But when I look here, I see that the black is on top of the yellow, so I want to stitch the yellow first, and then I'll do the stars, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do the eyes. So let's just get here. And you kind of learn, the more you do it, you kind of can see where that needle's going to go down. Sometimes I hit it right on, sometimes I don't. There we go. And then this is going to, I'm sorry the screen is shaking a bit. It's mounted to my table here. This is my, my knot. It ties a knot. And this is my start-stop button. So I just keep in my mind that rhythm. Forward, back, forward, left, right, forward, back, forward, left, right. I kind of keep that in my head so that when I have to stop, or when I get to the end to stop, I kind of want to be stopping in that spot. So when I start the next bit, it starts at that beginning again. I hope that helps. Okay, now I can go start stitching. And I'm not always perfect. Sorry for that sniffle. Allergy season here. And I'll do this one with you, and then I think we'll just fast forward through the rest, unless there's something that I think I need to tell you. And it's slow. I would sew much faster if I was using my foot pedal. But here I'm going to myself. Forward, back, forward, left, right, forward. And then that extra stitch, which kind of throws me off. This helps when I get to corners as well, to try to get that corner so I can turn that corner nice. And I don't get really upset if I go over a bit off to the side or my stitch is there. Remember, this is for my grandkids. They're going to love it whether it's perfect or not. And it's going to get used. Oh, I think I forgot to do that part on the other one. You want to cover all your rough edges because this is going to get washed a lot and you want it to last. I'm so glad to get using these and getting them out of here. I have so many things that I've bought that have been sitting here for years that I want to get used up. Now, if I was really picky when I come in here, I would stop it before it does that stitch, but I want it to go a bit further. Oops, and my thread is going to act up. I'm just going to do a knot there. And then I have a cutter on this machine, which is nice. Never thought I needed one, but when I needed this start and stop button, that's what I got. So I'm going to snip this, and I have a jar off to my side. I keep all my fancy threads in it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I've been saving it for years. And see how it pulled that to the back? When you have that problem with a thread, oftentimes I suspect my threads are really dry. These are threads that I purchased. I'm sorry that shakes so much, but I purchased these threads years ago, and I'm just trying to look for my stuff here. I can fight with it doing that, or I can use this sewer's aid. And this is like a silicone, and all I do is I just take it and then take my thread and I just apply it to my thread. And if I'm doing a lot, I may have to apply it again. And that soaks in right away, and that coats your thread. You can put your thread in the freezer overnight before you use it too, although I've never done that myself. Now, because I stopped in the middle of a stitch, I don't want to start in the middle of the stitch. So I'm going to press my stitches here, and I'm going to go back to that one, and it's going to take me to the beginning of that stitch. And then unless something happens again, we will fast forward through the rest of this. Okay, so here I am going to go around a point, and sometimes it works well and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll just see here. I keep my finger very close to my button now. Okay, I went a little bit beyond the fabric because I find that gives me a nice point. And I'm turning it. And there we go. So this is when you have to listen to your stitches pattern and kind of hope that it lies where you want. So this next stitch, oops, I didn't quite get there soon enough on my button. I wanted to put that at an angle. I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to sew that fabric down, and then back this way. Oh, that thread is doing that again, so I prefer to just do a knot and stop. And I find my thread has been really bad for doing that on all of these. So I'm going to take this and cut it, because you can see how it's all funny there. Actually, I'm going to rethread the machine.
My granddaughter, the writer. And the band Brandon is managing just booked another concert.
And you know, it's not worth fighting with it.
Dad would be proud.
If it's doing that, you know, just try rethreading your machine. Try that sewer's aid. Usually the sewer's aid helps. My needle threader's not working. I don't know if it's just with this needle or if it stopped working, but it's not working. I put an embroidery machine needle in. Or not an embroidery machine, an embroidery needle in. So now I'm going to go back again and I'm going to start that stitch over again. And I'm just going to stitch over that last little bit. Try to get my needle in. There we go, close enough. And I want to take this point out further. And then I turn so that left, right goes just straight into that star. And then I'll begin my next stitch. And again, I'm going to have to figure out something better for my camera here. It seems to shake from the motion of the machine. And it doesn't help when my arm hits it.
Getting in the place? Yes. Yes. No. But that house next door. Great house. It's one of the oldest in town. It's got quite the history. They already did.
Okay, so that star is done.
MD. Right. Herb tea, my own special blend.
And oops, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to continue and do the stars, and I'll be back when I start with my black. Stars are done. Let's change our thread. And I think before I start, I will use the sewer's aid on this spool of thread as well. It does make a huge difference. And this thread I just got years ago. I just searched on the internet. I don't think I bought it through Amazon though. And it was maybe ABC Threads or something like that. And it was really cheap, and I got a whole bunch of it. It'll probably do me for most of my life. And then what I run out of, I'll just replace with maybe a better quality. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I embroider with it all the time. And I have an attitude. I want things to be used.
I thought you told me I should go.
So if they wear out, I just need to make some more then. Okay, there's my black in there. And I'm not going to do these first because circles stay put real easy. But these kind of things will lift up if not fused properly. So I'm going to stitch here and all the way around there.
Your oil, change your wipers events. Get your coupon at MrLube.com.
This is a joke. It's not funny. It's not a joke. Police officer. Passed all my tests.
You just suddenly decided to do this?
It wasn't sudden.
Brendan, what are you trying to do here?
Don't be afraid to stop and start and turn your piece. I should have done it over here where I went out a ways, but I was watching TV. I'm binge watching The Good Witch. I'm going to stop here. I see my thread is kind of frayed.
I just did.
I love Shakespeare.
Really?
Yeah,
You love stories about love that ended death.
I do.
See if I can pull that back.
What a jerk.
Now, Mr. Hastings would want you to use your vocabulary.
Like imbecile, simpleton, or my personal favorite, cretin.
Do you
Okay.
think he's just looking for attention?
It's gonna tell me my bobbin's low right away again now because I turned that off. But I wanted to start my stitch from the beginning again, my stitch pattern, and I want to go back a couple of stitches.
I'm sorry I couldn't send a guy with you on your first day. Just kind of limited, you know, finding that police force. No problem. I'm gonna get you to set up a speed trap by the elementary school. It's 15 miles an hour during school hours.
I should take care of this, but I think I'm just gonna trim it.
So, tickets or warnings?
Tickets. Compliments of Her Honor, our mayor, Mrs. Martha Tinsdale. I guess she wants to send a message. Should be an easy day.
And I am out of thread, a bobbin thread.
I won't say it.
And how I know that is I'm not making any stitches. So I will pause this, or no, I'm not. I'll just keep it going. I'll just fast forward.
What's all this? I'm on deadline.
Oh, I did have some bobbin thread, but very little.
Living the life
So
I
we'll
always
take that
wanted.
off.
I'm a professional writer.
And we'll grab that green. We'll take this out. And we'll put the green in here. And it'll go through here. And then around here. And through here and here. But first I'll put it through the hole in the... Whoa! Almost send it flying. One side has a hole, and I don't know if you're supposed to do it this way, but this is the way I do it. And I don't need a full bobbin because I don't have a lot to do yet. So I'll only wind a bit here. Okay. And then we'll put this here and we will start. And then I'm going to cut that. And I think that should be plenty to let it get us to the finish line. I'll trim this off the top. Ooh, that was pretty loose around the edges there. See how loose that wound that near the end? It must have come off the tension ring. That's just going to give me trouble if I start using that like that. I'm going to unwind some. I'm actually just going to grab a new bobbin and I'll rewind it. Something wasn't right. And the tension there, and we'll take a look at that as I put this on. With this machine, if I was using the same color on the top and the bottom, I could just thread it back up through my needle and bring it up. Okay, let's pull this back. And we'll pull it back. Let's just redo the whole thing here. Okay, so put it in here nice and tight because that's our tensioner. We'll pull it through here, and I'm going to just pull this extra thread. And it may seem like a waste of thread, but I long arm quilt. I go through thread like crazy. Okay, now let's start this up again. Oopsie, I hit my backwards button. Okay, I'm going to turn this off and cut that. I think that's probably enough. So we'll pull that off and snip it. Yeah, that's much better. I have been sewing most of my life, and if something isn't quite, why isn't that sitting there right? If something doesn't feel right, because I'm putting it in the wrong way. When you're doing it, it's probably best to fix it right then and there, or you'll just have trouble with it later. And if your tension isn't right, deal with it before it gets too bad. Okay, that's good. I'll put a cover plate on it again, and this is my extension table. Once you sew with an extension table, if you're not sewing clothing, I never sew clothing, but once you sew with one, it's really hard to get used to sewing without it. I would prefer to have my machine put down into my desk, but unfortunately the desk I use right now is, oopsie, I hit it with my hat again. The desk I use right now, you can't sink the machine down into it. I bought it at an auction sale, and I really like it, except for the fact that I would like my machine lower into the table. But sometimes you just gotta make do. I find if I keep my chair high enough, I have short legs, so I like my chairs low, but if I don't have my chair high enough, I really can't see what I'm doing here, and then my shoulders also hurt. So I'm going to go back to my beginning of my stitch again, and we'll try this again. We'll get the needle in. There we go. Make a knot, and then let's go. This would be much faster if I could use my foot control, but my feet would hurt too much, so it's not worth it. I do find it frustrating some days sewing like this, but I'm not even as accurate as I used to be doing it slowly like this. I find I do it too slow. Well, that was quite an ending. My thread
But I should have. And I probably will tomorrow because
snapped
I don't want my permanent record being screwed up.
at the very end.
What? You thought you'd impress Amber and those dumb jocks she hangs out with?
I'm not.
Let's lift that up. I would like to put a knot there, though. So I'm going to rethread. Ouch. What did I catch my hand on? I'm going to rethread this and just do a few stitches in a knot because I don't want it coming apart. It's going to be washed a lot, so I hope it's going to be used for years to come. So it's about here. Let's put this stitch back. It just gets that needle in the right position for me to start sewing. There we go. My thread must have caught on something and just pull tight. And I'll overlap a couple of stitches. There we go, we're done. I'll trim off the back. See, yeah, something happened there. So I'm just gonna clip that because we went over those stitches. So there we go. The last of the table runners done. So that's another project done for the kids for Halloween this year. And I'm shaking the thing up like crazy. I'm trying to see if I can see it in the camera. So anyway, that's good. Tiny treat bags for my grandgirls, my grandkids. So my thought is I'm going to put something spooky on this side because my granddaughter loves being spooky. She actually was having a spooky party one day. She phoned me and told me to come. And I said to her, well, I live about a half an hour from them. And I said, well, Grandma lives a ways away. She said, I give you 16 minutes to get here. And needless to say, I didn't make it. At 7 o'clock at night. It's almost her bedtime. Anyway, so I did pick some designs on Design Studio, and I did cut them ahead of time. I weeded some. I haven't been having the best success with Design Space the last few times. I tried to video it, but it just wasn't working for me. Oh, that's my heat press. I preset the heat press, so it's ready to go for us. And there's not much to weed, so... I'm actually excited. I'm hoping to get all of their Halloween projects done today. But I'm thinking I might have one or two that I have to do tomorrow. Just because I may not get them all done. I think I have to take a break, and my husband wants to bring the bobcat home, so I might have to take them over to the other farm. And I don't drive a whole lot anymore because my feet hurt too much, and I don't really trust them with the brakes. I did try driving a bit in the summer, though, when I knew I could have cruise control on. But my feet are really bothering me again. I don't know if it's the change of weather. So here's one. And this one goes like this. Too cute. I really like that foil, the way it stuck. And then this, I think, goes over here somewhere. I'm not totally sure yet. I'll have to look at the screen when I go to do that one. Then this one, this might seem like it's wasting a lot of vinyl, and it is. Truthfully, it is. But I thought it'd be easier for me to just, the way I've been doing lately, it'll be easier for me just to waste the vinyl. And I think this is, I never know which side I'm peeling off. And just making it easier for me to place after. There we go. And I set myself some settings. I went in and I followed the Tech Wrap's temperature guide, and I set a special setting for Tech Wrap because last time I had to iron, I had to press a few times to get it to stick. Oh, there's my cut. You'll see as I'm pulling this off that I am wasting a lot of vinyl. But because I'm so new to this, and little things just some days I struggle with, I decided, you know what, I can buy another. This was in a sample pack. If I ever figure out what it is, I can buy some more. Look how nice their product weeds, just beautifully. Okay, so we've got these guys. And then we've got Cute. And I think I do this from this side. I'm having so much fun doing this vinyl, but I'm also itching to get to my fairy journal. So I've got maybe, after this video, I will have one of me getting ready for my retreat and the things I do to get ready for the retreat. And then the next one, I may start, we'll see. Or I may do a few fall things and then start back on my fairy journal. And just, this is such a simple, easy craft though. So here we've got Cute. And then this one here. I love this sparkly glitter stuff. And again, I've set my heater to the highest temperature because we're using this black and it heats at a higher temperature than the rest. So we'll get the black down first and then we'll get the other colors down. This shouldn't take us too long. And we'll have cute little treat bags. My heater's kicking in, it's cold. In Alberta, my friend sent me a picture. She lives by the mountains and they had snow. She said 20 yesterday and snow on the ground today. I like weeding. I never thought I would, and maybe at another time in my life I wouldn't have. But right now I like it. I can sit and do it. Okay, so here we've got two Cute, and then this is going to sit on top of the Cute, and then this is going to sit on top of that. So we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, and then this is part of it too. So we'll put this stuff away. I'll put my scissor away and I'll bring up my big wool mat, which I'm definitely going to have to get something smaller if I'm going to be using this desk to do this. This was most of my problem yesterday. It takes up most of my desk. Okay, so I think we're good. So I'm just going to press this for a few minutes, for a few seconds I mean. We'll do about 5 seconds. Okay, and then lint roller. We'll pull up a new lint roller, a new piece of tape. I've got a real cute lint roller in my cart on AliExpress, but my credit card expired a month ago and I have to put the new information in and I'm just too lazy to do it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this one. This one has more layers. And my friends are in a texting mood. So cute, it's scary. That's for Nova. So we'll just press it back into the fibers for a couple of seconds. Maybe we'll do 6. There we go. And then we'll leave that dry, cool. And we'll see how our cute worked. Boy, I have to order the Cricut mat. That's all there is to it. I can't use my sewing one. Oh my goodness. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. Okay, I still have one more layer to put on though. Or does this go on the other one? Let's see which one this goes on. No, it goes on this one. But I do see now that I'm looking that these holes, these are like little donut holes. So we'll just weed that out. Definitely gonna have to get a better light for here. Mind you, if I just get on the, measure up my area and get ordering my IKEA units, I can get this set up in another area of my room. Oh, that is so cute. So cute. I think it goes this way. No, it doesn't. Which way does this go? No, that's not right. It has to be this way. Well, I don't think it aligned these properly. So I think I do have to cut them apart anyway. That's too bad. So I could have saved on my vinyl. Let me see, there's a little circle there. And then I'm not going to take these apart because I think these were okay. I think that was okay. It went that way. And then we had 3 on the bottom. Yeah, see, those don't line up. So we have one here. Well, let's do that first. And where's my big piece? Yeah, that's too bad. I don't know what happened there. Or maybe it was just me again. Okay, I'm going to set this over here. There we go. So I just need to put her name on the back of that. So put that off to the side here. That didn't even stick. I'm applying a lot of pressure. Oh, it still didn't stick. That'll get pressed again, so it'll, yeah, that is not sticking. I'm gonna cut it out. Really closely so that I can get the other stuff on there and see if we could get it all down. And then we've got these two there. And one here. And one here, and I've lost one. Oh, here it is. And then one here. Okay. Put this covering down again. And we'll do our last. And I'm going to stand to press for this one. Okay, I'm going to let that cool, and off camera I'm going to do the girls' names on the back of their bags, and then